You don't want the people saving your life to be tired on the job, but that may be the case in Austin.
Growing concern that the people who are saving our lives could be putting themselves and others at risk because of fatigue.
GMA investigates, and this is wild, ambulance drivers dozing off at the wheel. The government says fatigue among EMS workers is a serious problem.
All new tonight, the defenders uncovering a disturbing reality. EMTs and paramedics do not have any state laws to follow when it comes to how many hours they can work.
Now, a former ambulance driver is speaking out and claims he nodded off at a stoplight.
EMT is dead after a rollover crash in northern Indiana. Investigators say an ambulance was taking an infant patient from South Bend to a hospital here in Indianapolis when it ran a red light after the driver fell asleep at the wheel.
You're watching an ambulance on a busy LA freeway heading straight towards a parked car pulled over on the shoulder. Inside the ambulance, behind the wheel, this EMS worker, who you can see right there, apparently dozing off right before impact. The driver of this ambulance saying he was so tired, he actually dozed off while driving, crashing into a utility pole and overturning the vehicle.
We are learning new information about a traffic accident that killed a young mother and injured members of her family. It happened the day before Thanksgiving when a Beaufort County EMS driver hit them from behind.
The Beaufort County paramedic ran into the back of a pickup truck with the family of 6 inside on their way out of town for Thanksgiving. We now know he had been on duty for 22 hours when it happened. The family from Port Royal was sitting at a red light on Trask Parkway and Bruce K. Smalls Drive at about 6 in the morning, November 21st, when that paramedic slammed into the rear. He was on a shift he had started the day before at 8 a.m. The mother, 42-year-old Stacy Dyer, died 2 days later.
Here's another case caught on camera, this time in New York. This EMS worker apparently dozing off while driving, hitting and injuring a woman waiting across the street.
You hit her? This former ambulance driver admits to nodding off on the job and says that should be a wake-up call for change in this industry.
There's no time to rest. There have been times where I've fallen asleep sitting at a stoplight.
What's the most they can work in a given shift with regular hours and overtime worked?
Most that we let them work is 48 hours.
Do you think that's too much?
No, I don't think it's too much.
There are no state or local laws governing how many hours paramedics can work in a shift.
I've ran calls that I don't remember. There was one instance where I fell asleep for a moment with a patient in my care. There have been several incidences over the last several months where ambulances have crashed, and those crashes have been blamed specifically on driver fatigue.
In New York this year, an ambulance driver died in a crash after reportedly falling asleep behind the wheel.
The fatigue is getting worse, morale is in the dumper. Do you really want a doctor or a paramedic taking care of you who's real tired with real low morale?
Our employees are tired. I think they are. They're working very hard. The call volume is increasing.
Austin Public Safety Commission member Mike Levy says Travis County EMS needs to do something about the problem of employee fatigue.
It's been 2 years since COVID shut down our city, and EMTs and paramedics were on the front lines. But now many say burnout and fatigue are taking a toll on the department. CBS 2's Allie Bauman checked back in with one EMT who shares why she stepped away.